Hi, my name is Kumamwati.
And I'm Labkhamwati.
And welcome to the Sisterhood Podcast, the only hood where you can be yourself, have an opinion, change it 3 times, be judged for it, and still be loved. All right. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that we're back. The same as always, we're going to start with our thorn, our rose, and our bud for the week. How was your week been? Tell me, how was what was your thorn, what was your rose, and what is your bud?
Honestly, there's no thorn.
Wait, no man. Must be nice to be her.
I'm cruising.
You're cruising nicely. We're back at work.
The only thing I'm tired. I'm tired. Like, I think my thorn is I'm tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't get
tired from
work. I don't want to say that work makes me tired because I love my job, right? However, I don't think I'm tired enough. When I say, like, I don't get tired. Ne? Mm-hmm. There was a time last year when I was still at home. The level of tiredness that I got last year and now are better. Ne? The distance where I stay and travel to work is almost similar, and work is work, but I'm not as tired now.
Somebody said, I saw a quote where somebody was like, "What a privilege to be tired from things that you once paid for." So
yes, absolutely. I listen. I love my job. I do. I wouldn't trade it for anything. It gives me joy, and hence I'm not. I'm
not complaining.
I don't complain about work. I can complain about everything else. I can complain about being tired, but I don't complain about work, right? And I'm tired because of traveling.
Yeah, I get you.
Traveling gets to me. Traveling weighs me down. Like, like,
I get you.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, but that's my I think my down for this week.
Mm-hmm. And what was your rose?
My rose is tomorrow. We have a function at school. Tomorrow is we're celebrating Women's Day. It's Friday.
Happy Women's Month.
It's Women's Month.
Happy Women's Month, guys. Yes.
And you know how a lot of schools usually would kids do everything, but this time we're doing the drama as the teachers. We're doing the drama for the kids. The Women's Day thing where the women abo Mama Lillian Ngoyi, Helen Joseph, yes, where they march to Union Building. Yes, now that's us,
so
the
you're
teachers.
Doing the dramatizing.
We're doing the dramatizing of everything because my principal, she called me on Monday. She was talking to another teacher about what was happening on Friday. Excuse me. And they called me and then she asked me to come to the office. I get there and she's like, "So ma'am, what is the plan for Friday?" And I explained everything, right? And then she's like, "So where is my part? I can't be a spectator. I'm not going to be a spectator. What am I doing?"
Awesome.
I didn't expect that word. And I'm like, "Ish, okay, ma'am, then you will be Ma'am Winnie Mandela." And then, like, she's so positive about this,
I'm so happy to
hear. And then I said, you know what? Because you can't be a part of the protesting, ne? So you'll wait for us on the other end, and then you can then.
Yeah.
But then I can see that she wants to be seen.
She wants to be in there. I would say.
I found that amazing.
I love that. I love that you're in a supportive environment and in a positive work environment.
And then, I think it was on Tuesday, we had our first rehearsal. It was refreshing. We had fun. And you know what? After that, then we're like, teachers can actually also have fun.
Yeah.
Because we had so much fun during the rehearsal and it was beautiful. Yeah. And everybody was just knew what to do and what to say.
Yeah.
And then remember there was a script. But then because we also know what happened, right? Yeah. And then everybody also had they could improvise.
Yeah,
You
there were a
know,
lot of improv. Yeah.
yes. So it was beautiful. It was
Love
beautiful, and then it's
it.
tomorrow, and yeah, I'm going back. So the kids will only be doing the talent show. There's dancing, and then one of them came. I think it was the Interson kids. They came to me and asked me to.
By Interson, you mean?
From grade 4 to 6. They came to me, but the others are in grade 7, the senior. So they came to me and they said, "Teacher, can you please help us do dancing?" And I was like, "What dancing?" And they're like, "No, I'm a piano." Yeah, I laughed until I got to my classroom. And
Why
they were
would
following me. I don't know. And then, then I...
What provoked them to think you can dance?
I don't know. And then these ones came and they said they want to do Bacardi. Ne? With Bacardi, as much as I don't know how to dance,
Yeah.
I know how it's done. I know
Yeah,
how
yeah,
to, you know, Amapiano is a mixture of a lot of things. You know what I mean?
You.
With Bacardi, I know what to teach
Yeah.
them. I know how to...
I think it's because you grew up in Pretoria, so you know the culture, so it's fine.
Yes, so Bacardi is, you know. So yeah, and we practiced once, and I asked one of the teachers to actually take over because I was coming home and all of that. Yeah, and yeah.
So you told me watch. So I'm guessing that was your rose, ne? That was your rose.
Tomorrow is my rose is still coming.
It's a bud. Then that's a bud. That's what's going. That's what you're looking forward to.
Yes.
What did you enjoy?
I think the practicing, the rehearsals with the teachers.
Okay.
It was refreshing.
Okay, that was your rose.
It was refreshing. We came out of there different from when we left our class. You know, when you leave your class, you are a bit drained and all of that. And then we went there, and it was something totally different.
I think you guys got to unwind.
Yes.
You guys are using this thing as an excuse. Yeah. So okay, my I don't have a thorn for the week. Okay, I do actually. Never mind, I do. Overtime, I've just been doing overtime. Listen, am I happy? I'm happy. Girl, we love the coin, but fatigue. My rose was graduation yesterday. What? You know that thing. What's graduation in Spanish? Graduado. Yo soy graduado. So yes, that was definitely a rose for me. My bud, what am I looking forward to? I'm looking forward to the long weekend, guys. I'm looking forward to sleep.
Oh, Kunja, we have a long
weekend, and it's like one of the few long weekends where I'm not working, so I'm looking forward to the long weekend. I'm so excited. So yes, definitely.
Wow, I forgot.
So tell me, what's your tea for the week?
My tea.
What thing did you see this week and you're like, you know what, definitely I need to have a conversation with my sister about this?
Hey, we have another Chidima Adichima.
Okay, what are you talking
about?
Okay, what are you talking about?
Sorry, yeah. We have this girl who entered the Miss South Africa, right? And she says she's from the Mpumalanga.
Okay.
Right? And the people...
Wait, like the current Miss South Africa right now?
Yes,
like with the...
Yes.
Okay.
And the Mpumalanga people, where she says she's from, that place, you know how the one thing about black neighborhoods, somebody must know you. Somebody must know you.
You know what it reminds me of? You know that sound on TikTok that says, Arota Pitori, but Bamwiti go peli. You know that thing. You don't know that sound, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's why have we never seen her?
Exactly.
Why have we never seen this person?
Yeah.
Why does someone go to car washing? Why you don't start by living in the suburbs? Okay, you don't know that sound. I'll play that sound.
The one thing about our black communities is that somebody has to know you.
Yeah.
Even if you are an indoor person, somebody must have seen you at the shop. You have to buy bread.
Okay.
You have to go to the mall.
Yeah.
Or then somebody must know you.
You went to school with people.
You went to school with people.
Yeah.
So in Mpumalanga, in the place, I don't remember the name of the place.
Yeah.
Where she says she's from. And she is like, girl, I'm from, and the people from that place were like, not from here. who don't know you. And then
Why
high school, people from high school that she actually went to high school with.
Yeah. Okay, so
out.
she is from around there.
Not in Mpumalanga. She grew up in Sunnyside. She went to school in Pretoria, in town, in Pretoria, in CBD.
Not Sunnyside. Not Sunnyside. You know, that is like...
And then one of the people that she went to high school with said that she never wanted to be associated with being South Africa back in high school. You know, when kids, guys, being a kid can really... Sometimes when I say kids are stupid, it's not meant in a, you know...
You just lack wisdom. You lack the wisdom of years.
Yeah, because kids do the dumbest things.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't you associate yourself with being South African at the time? It's fine because, you know, the one thing also about being in high school, everybody wants to be different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So she would then speak Portuguese around when, you know what I mean, just so that when she would see other Portuguese people, kids from that speak the same language, she would then switch to Portuguese so that ours don't hear, you know. Yeah, that's the people that went to high school with her. They say that no, my sister, you speak Portuguese. That is your home language, or that is your mother tongue. You know, we don't know.
Let me tell you, know one thing about
what's her name in South Africa is Hamir.
Can I tell you guys, one of things the high school, especially when it comes to things that MsSA guys, they always end up coming to bite people in the butt. Do you know what I'm saying? Because even a couple of years ago, there was somebody who entered MsSA, and then she was outed to have been a bully in high school. Guys, if I ever bullied you in high school, I'm sorry. I was stupid. Guys, were you not stupid in high school? Were you not?
We all were.
I
wasn't stupid. I was having fun in high school.
Now, guys, I don't want to lie. I was premium stupid, guys. Like, there's levels to stupid. I was paying the premium subscription because there was.
Hold on. There's two girls who might have thought that I was bullying them.
They thought you were not. They thought.
No. You know, the school that I went to, we would change classes, and whatever period you go to a different class, blah, 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 it's like that, right? And then I always loved sitting in the front seat, like this particular, I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4 rows or something, I sat in that center one in front, and then they were newcomers, Okay, first day, maybe they were still getting... So the next day, I find her sitting there. Chianzi, I'm sorry. I find her sitting there. So I'm like, girl, please go. And she's like, no, I came here first. I'm like,
why were you sheltering the girl? That's my spot.
You move. That's my spot. That's where I sit. You know? And she moved.
You were being a little bit of a bully.
Well, one day I think she got she got there, and then she found that her chair is not there, and she took my chair, and I went to her. That's my chair, because you know how we are in school. That wasn't bullying.
So you were a bully.
No, I
Long
wasn't
story
a bully.
short, Lebachang was a bully.
I wasn't a bully.
You were to me that is like. Bullying.
I think that's
you. So can we?
You know
if I'm
what?
understanding your gesture correctly, you pulled the chair from underneath.
She
her.
didn't fall,
but you pulled the chair from underneath.
We
her.
spoke about, you know what? After school,
but
after
you
high
pulled
school,
the chair from underneath her
because I wanted
and you
my
were not
chair.
a bully.
I wasn't a bully, and then now I think after high school, we were all over that. Right? So we actually spoke about it. We laughed about it.
No, if you guys made amends afterwards, then that's completely different.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, everyone that bullied me in Settlers,
yeah,
I haven't forgotten.
We spoke
everyone
about
that bullied
it.
me in Prestige,
You know, so
I haven't forgotten.
we spoke about it.
If you dare run for MsSA, sorry, if you dare run for MsSA, if you dare, if they dare run
you need to be on X for that.
If they dare run for some political office of. Guys, don't become famous. If you know that you bullied me in high school, don't become famous. You know what I'm saying? Can I say what I'm saying? You know what my issue is? The thing is that my bullies were premium. As much as I was a very awkward person, like I'm socially awkward. However, if I tell you my bullying stories, it wasn't like a cute, like you're being bullied or somebody pulled a chair from underneath you. Like it was hectic things. So if you dare run for office, guys, or if you dare run for MsSA, I'm sure they're too old for MsSA now, but like if you dare run for something in the public space, I'm coming for you.
Wow. Yeah. I
am. I've forgiven you, but I'm coming for you.
Okay, you need to be on Black X for that.
What's Black X?
Twitter.
Oh no, guys, I will. On X, I'll go on. But I won't even go on X. I'll go on TikTok. I'll share my story. I ain't gay, guys.
And you start crying.
And I start crying. Okay. Lebahang, if I tell you this, Lebahang, you
know.
my bullying stories were not like cutesy stories, guys. They were not cutesy stories. It wasn't. I know, like, can I say? I know there's somebody that I bullied when I was in primary school.
No, I understand.
Actually, I have to forgive everyone that bullied me because there was somebody that I bullied in primary school, and I'm so sorry. I think the
one person who bullied me,
I'm so embarrassed.
I want to see her now, Alina. Like
not you naming names.
Yeah, no. Even if she sees this, she'll know. Everybody that knows me, that we went to school with, knows that girl made my life a living hell for no reason. For no reason.
Yeah.
And the worst part, because we were all in boarding school, and then Mara, she would take my soap, my powder soap, ne? And she would take my, like, if I leave it, one time.
Was she not stealing because she didn't have?
I don't know that, but that is not my problem. Right? I'm just a child. I'm also
I hear you, but now, my parents to survive.
Listen to this one. One time we come back from hostel weekend, right? So my suitcase was under the bed, ne? So I pull out my suitcase, take out the money for school fees and boarding school. I put it on the bed, I push it under. When I come back, the money was gone.
I know the story.
The money was gone. And then tell me why my parents thought, what would I do with that money?
You would eat it. I've eaten transport money before.
No.
That was a lot.
That it was a lot. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like 200 or you know what I mean? It was a lot. So, no, that girl. She beat me. She will beat me for no reason. I remember one time she beat me. Like, she called me. And then I went to her simply because a guy who was hitting on her spoke to me that day. She called me. It was study break, right? And then she calls me and then I go there. But I saw her pull something. Ne? I ran for my life!
Guys, one thing, I think my problem was that one thing you could never accuse me of is being a coward.
No, I ran. No, because she beat
One
me.
Thing about
no,
me,
she already beat me.
I don't care.
She already beat me before. So I couldn't. I was
if you've
tired.
beaten me before.
And now.
The energy that I'm going to come with. Be like, come.
No, she beat me.
Let's do this. You want to do this? Let's do this. You can never accuse me of being a coward.
There was extending the school. So on the other side of the high school, they were building new toilets. I wanted to hit myself in there. They looked for me everywhere in the bushes. Guess what time I came out? 2 a.m. And when I came, because I was scared. And because if I go to the room, what if she beats me? right? And then the school wasn't doing anything about it, wasn't expelling her. They were not giving her, like, they were just not
Yeah,
doing
one thing about
anything.
schools, one thing, I don't know, I'm hoping the culture has changed though, but one thing about schools that, well, rather the schools that we went to or the schools that I went to, honestly, they were just not interested like, they were not interested in stories about bullying. They were not interested in
Yeah.
intervening. And they also made it very awkward for you to come forward. I think also being youth and coming forward for things like bullying makes you so uncool. So in addition to the barrier of, like, the social barrier of coming out, the teachers and the, not just the teachers but rather the schooling environment did not facilitate you coming up and saying, I'm not in a comfortable space, this person did this to me, this person. I hope the culture has changed. I know even like with is it settlers, you guys, yeah, but I think with settlers, the culture has changed in the sense that I remember they used to have those initiation days and all of that. We suffered during initiation. We suffered. And I suffered something racial. But anyway, neither here nor there. Maybe one day I'll be like MT and say, but I said, as I suffered something racial. There was something racial there. But anyway, neither here nor there. Yeah, so long story short, guys, the summary of this, guys, even as in your youth, guys, when you're in high school, be careful what you do in your youth, because it'll come back to bite you. And that's what keeps happening with these people in that's what keeps happening with the people that run for MsSA or So we don't know you.
Yes, we don't know her. Because her surname is not South African. That's, you know how South Africans are. We look at the surname. You can find the most uncommon Shangan surname. Ne? They'll know if you're a South African. You know. That girl doesn't look. She looks like a normal person, like how a normal South African would look. You know.
Like she looks phenotypically South African.
Yes. So that's why. But then when they looked at the name,
yeah,
what is
kind of
this?
1 + 1 is not 2.
You know?
Actually, guys, that's tricky.
It's you know, it's different from, I went to school with some girl called Anushka. You hear it's an Indian name, right? But what's her surname? You know what I mean? Her surname, it was probably, the name was influenced by something, or you know what I mean? Yeah. Or maybe you were adopted by, you know what I mean? We will know.
Hey, yeah, who tricky bazalwane ne? Who tricky. Anyway, so my tea for the week. Ne? Okay. I'm gonna try and be very sensitive with the way I approach this topic, guys, because hey, who tricky, guys, who tricky. Life is very tricky. So there's this on TikTok, avidly on TikTok, guys. Avidly on TikTok. So there's this TikTok famous doctor, right?
Doctor.
Yes, TikTok famous doctor, not Dr. Matthew, guys. There's this TikTok famous doctor, right, who essentially initially rose to TikTok fame because she had come out with a story. I think it was last year. It's a she. I think it was last year or the year before last. However, she was speaking about how she was in a marriage and she was financially abused. So I'm just giving you a rough summary of what she had said. She was saying she was in a marriage and she was financially abused to a point where she had a husband who was driving her Mercedes and she was paying around 23,000 while she had to get a secondary car that she was also paying for. So essentially, she's a doctor, but the husband was, I think, a barber or owned a barber shop. It's how wide your eyes are getting as I'm saying this. But yeah, the husband owned a barbershop. It's fine. I think when they initially started dating, she was in med school, and essentially the relationship continued until after she graduated. And yeah, that is the gist of things, right? Cool. So she got divorced. I think also even in her getting divorced, it's the husband that called it quits. Please feel free to if you know what I'm talking about, please feel free to correct me. Yeah. So it's the husband who called it quits because the doctor was like, I'm not going to foot the bill anymore for whatever this mess is, right? I am too financially stressed and too financially overstressed. Like, I overstretched. I can't do it anymore. And the guy was like, oh, so you're not going to do it anymore, bet. And then he left. Fine. Now, I think we're almost a year later, right? The situation is Mugele is married again. Do we love it? If she likes it, if she loves it, we like it for her. However, the story now is the lady is married to a pastor, right? Is that listen, one thing about me, love me a man of God, love me a man of God down. However, is financially he doesn't seem to be in a better place than the barber was.
Because excuse me, a lot of pastors are very abusive. That's what people don't know. Pastors are pastors in church. Pastors are people when they're outside. A lot of them, right? I am not going to excuse a particular one, right? But I'm just generalizing. Pastors are very abusive, and that's the truth that people don't want to admit to.
I get easy. My thing was that, ne? My thing was that the girl was having a live. The girl was on live, and essentially on live, people were like, "But Mugele, you were complaining about financial abuse last year." Saying that this is what's happening to you. Why would you put yourself in the same situation again? Was girl not telling them where to get off? She's like, you don't know what I need. You guys don't know what I need. And you guys can't give me what I need. And she's like, I've got money.
No, she sounds like a girl who loves love.
I
Right?
say loving love. We'll give her male-centered.
Yes. She... that is sad.
You
No,
know,
the
it's
truth
not loving
is, let me
love, guys.
tell
It's
you,
it's being male-centered.
there's nothing wrong with dating a person who earns lower than you as a woman. There's absolutely nothing wrong.
I
Right?
don't recommend it.
No.
I don't recommend
Listen.
it, but there's nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong.
It shouldn't be your first option.
No. Okay.
I said what I said. It shouldn't be your first option, Bazalwane.
Listen.
It should not be your first option, guys. One thing about men, I will say this. If you look at a lot of women that are very successful, yeah? If you look at a lot of women that are very successful, their downfall, honestly, not necessarily their downfall, but their weakness or their Achilles heel has been marriage or has been falling in love, especially with men that are not necessarily in the same level as they are. If you look at, I'm going to make a couple of like references, bobs don't come for me, but Nicki Minaj, for example, right? I don't even want to get into the story of like the husband being an alleged pedophile. I can't go to but like, looking at again, who's this? I don't know if it's a pedophile or a sex offender. Please, guys, don't quote me.
Sorry,
Rihanna. King, it's on that's an idea maloba isebrook. King, it's an idea maloba.
That's the thing. Like I said, as much as I said, there's nothing wrong with dating a man who's beneath you, right?
Not financially, not financially earning as well as you.
Yeah, financially beneath you. No.
I don't recommend it.
As there are men that are trying out there, you can see, even if you make more money, he's still trying. He makes sure that everything goes, bond is paid, whatever. One understand?
I understand it, you mean, but okay.
Yeah. There are men out there.
Listen,
however,
but
the abusive ones are controlled by their egos. Ne?
Can I say something? Don't want to be the exception to the rule.
Okay.
Don't think that you will be the exception to the rule. You know, when you've observed relationships where there is a financial imbalance, especially if the financial imbalance favors the woman, the truth is the men have not. The pattern that I've noticed is that usually the men do get at some point threatened by the woman, regardless of how the woman's demeanor is. And I'll even give you an example, regardless of whether they came up together. Yeah? A good example is a famous YouTuber, a famous gossip YouTuber, who was married to a man, and they were struggling together. You know, they were at the bottom together, and at that time he was the one that was working and funding and
Her.
funding her to help her get her YouTube channel started. She got her YouTube channel started. He bought her a phone. I like a phone. I told my YouTube, when the YouTube went well, mo guy a change her. Because why men generally do tend to get threatened by women who do better than them, regardless of, because the woman had that thing, I used to be an avid follower of her at the time. She had that thing, this is our money because you helped me. This is us. We did this. Are you not proud of us? Guy next, guys, the first thing that guy did, not the first thing, but that guy went off to go cheat with a girl or a lady who was selling food by the side of the road. Nothing wrong with selling food by the side of the road. However, you could see he had financial dominion, and he used the finances tse o di ntshang ka mo ntlong gore a go bontshe spoko. I'm not saying, I'm saying don't let that be your first option. Let your first option be, I would rather date a man who is really financially either on my level or higher than me. And if I were to date a man who is not necessarily financially on the same level, he would have to be financially independent.
Okay.
Am I making sense? He must be financially independent.
Okay.
And even in him being financially independent, you need to be able to judge the person as an individual.
Yeah.
What is the character of this person that I'm getting into a relationship with? Guys, don't get into a relationship because you're desperate for marriage.
Yeah, people, that's the one thing that people do.
Don't, guys. Marriage is a beautiful thing. One thing about
marriage is
but,
from God. Marriage is beautiful.
Yeah, but guys, don't be that male-centered that you think a relationship is going to solve
and at the
your
moment,
problems.
The moment you say prenup, hey, South African man who knows you make more money. Prenup is something that people don't understand, that you should be spoken about. Like, you should know where your man stands when it comes to prenup.
No, guys, why would you not want a prenup?
Exactly.
You don't find that suspicious? That's a scheme that Todd set up. Todd set that up.
Yeah. So it's things like that.
No, guys,
it's very.
So
a prenup is a must.
It is a must.
It's a must.
And please don't do none of that emotional nonsense. We trust each other. We all
trust each other.
We trust each other. But
hey, people, now that when we talk about trust, I had this conversation with a lady yesterday, right? We were talking about kids, right? And then it clicked me, and I'm like, how you look at your relationships with your siblings right now, that the parents are alive and everything, ne? And you look at your relationship with your nieces and nephews and all of that, and then what changes when the mother of those kids dies? Because the things that we see on TikTok about the aunts that were best friends with your moms, the uncles, the family was like this when I'm alive, and then the mother, the mother passes, and then all of a sudden, the mother of the kids passes, and then now my siblings don't treat my kids the same way.
Yeah.
What happens, guys?
Yeah, no, that was never your family to begin with, guys.
What happens?
That was never your family to begin with. That was never your family to begin with. Those people never loved you. Those people never loved you. There's no way. But also you have to realize that it's not everyone that laughs in your face that loves you.
But also, you know what she said? She said sometimes it could be that the sister, let's say, for example, is just us. You get married, and then the husband is the one with the problem with the kids, with my kids, right? But I still continue to say, but even if you take in my kids, it's only for a couple of years. Soon they'll be out of the house.
Yes, they are tricky,
you know what
guys.
I mean?
No, yes, they are tricky, guys. I think, can I tell you why I think it's tricky? Mm-hmm. It's tricky because I'm thinking about it from a perspective of, if, let's say I'm married, yeah, let's say you're married. You've been married to your partner. You guys have your own kids.
Mm.
Yeah. And then your partner's sister dies. Una le bana, 3 ya bana. Now your partner has to take on the responsibility for those kids.
Yeah, I have a colleague.
Batla
I have a
kwa
colleague. She doesn't mind.
Can I tell you, I don't mind, because I think I've always idealized the idea of being a step parent. However,
That, remember, kids, when they first move in, right? I'm sure maybe they've been there a number of times, maybe for school holidays. And then for school holidays, they know how some things run in the house, right? And then the school days, right? Then that's where you sit kids down and you talk. You tell them what you expect in your house, right?
Okay, teenagers.
You tell them if you want something, ne? This is how we do things. You speak, maybe on Monday you want something on a weekend, ne? So that I have the whole week to, you know what I mean? You tell them how you run your house, right? And then also, it becomes a bit of nyana when your kids, you'll be laying in your bed, and then your kids come to you in your bedroom, on your bed, and they come and sit with you. And for the others, it's not the same. They can't relate the same, because there's always been that,
there's that boundary.
Yes. That one, yeah. But then you then say maybe it's girls, same age. Tell them, no, when this one comes, you must also come. Don't
distance yourself.
Yes.
Guys,
it's raising kids. It's a bit, and sometimes you might try your level
guys,
best to raise somebody's
I think
kids.
If ilibana, who different for na ilibana ba how than ilibana ba bumunna, and then on top of that, kid teenage. Wait till ilibana ba bumunna. Ke kra bana ile ba banyane. Guys, ke tlo kra ngwana 17 years guys naka o manyana hle.
Yeah.
Ai naka o manyana hle. And then if it's a fela ngwana teng ha ya ku utlwa.
However, there are those, and now I still say, there are those that you see on TikToks, on Facebooks, that are making videos and telling us that, hey, my mother passed away and my family left, I didn't, or I went and lived with my aunt or mamukhulu. However,
you can see what I went.
Sometimes it's not always the truth.
Yeah.
Because mamukhulu unta o tlhagile ntse le strict, ne le ko baneng ba gagwe, ne, and mamukhulu has her expectations ka montlong ya gagwe, ne. Wena mamukhulu expecta ka montlong ya gagwe 7 o'clock, but everybody must be up Monday or Sunday or whatever. Well, you understand? Because you went out, and you don't talk about that part that you went out last night and then you came home at 2 a.m. and then you couldn't wake up at 7 because you were still whatever, right? Now, we don't mention those parts. We don't mention the parts that we played for Mamukhulu to do certain things to us.
Yeah.
Because Mamukhulu, I don't think Mamukhulu wa tlhanya as well. To understand, yes, but then, yeah, of course.
Would you think, wait, let me ask, do you think there's an aunt that you would have preferred to stay with if our parent had passed away in our younger years?
I had an answer 10 years ago.
Okay, 10 years ago. Let's say this is now 10 years ago, and our parents passed away. Who would you have?
I think all of us, I'm not going to say who, but Komolot.
Definitely same.
Yes.
Same.
Because
same. We have an aunt. I actually
homely.
Yes, I would have went there as well. Like I told Mama, I think I told Mama when I was like, I was 15 and I was 14, either 15 or 14. And I said to her, babes, if you go, this is where I'm going. Yes. I don't want to hear nothing about your mom. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody. The only place I want to go, I don't want to stay at my grandmother's place.
But I wouldn't mind.
We were going to fight. We were going to fight. I'm sorry. She has just passed on, but we were going to fight. I think.
I think with me, I think because we got closer, No. 2017, 18, 19, 20. We got very close. And then there were times where, like, I literally asked her, Mama, I don't like it when you speak to me like this. I don't. And then, you know what?
Besizo, my dear. I'm sorry. We were gonna. Whoa. I love my grandma, but there's no way.
Wow.
There's no way we were gonna fight. Like, I can't ignore the reality of the fact that we already, like, fought when she was alive, and when we were like, I still had like a place to call home. What more if I was staying there 24/7? Number one, she wants you to wake up at 5. Like, what is the reason?
That's
why
the thing.
Are we waking up at 5?
I think not. I understood her.
I'm sorry, I'm too much of a people pleaser for somebody to shout at me, and I'm okay with it emotionally, and I ignore them. When you can let things go, somebody can shout at you and you act like you didn't hear anything. I can't.
There was an incident.
I can't. Why are you shouting? Why are we waking up at 5?
Nabatla ko high for society, family, right? And then I asked them, right? And then now I'll do the cooking. I went out that night. Went out. Came back as the AMs. Sleep. 5 o'clock. And then, you know what? Let me tell you. Ne? She woke me up for almost 1 hour, 30 minutes. Because she's... I could hear her in my sleep, but ne? However, Manilia came at my level. You know, I didn't waste 2 minutes.
I guess now my thing is you can't shout. Like, when I'm shouting, guys, raising your voice. Like, it emotionally, like, ooh.
So, that's why for... we say, my level, how it's all. And then I got out of bed. And Ola, Kishori, she was not happy. Okay, what happened? What happened? Why... Ola and then now she's up. But also I could understand her, you know. I think I understood the things that didn't make her happy.
I think there were a lot of qualities about her that I really, really respected and I really, really loved. That being said, no, I don't like. Why is your voice going above a certain octave? Yeah. Like, bring it down. Okay. All right. It was an amazing... I'm so happy that we got to do this again. I'm so excited.
Me too.
I am hoping that we will do this again soon. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Love you.